Here today with Brett Muller, head golf coach here at Concordia, to preview the 2013-14 season. Let's start with what you saw last year. Obviously, you'd like to be able to move up in the GPAC, but what did you see that provides some optimism moving forward?
On the men's side, we were very young, very inexperienced. Sean last year was our only one that really had any varsity experience coming in, and he was definitely our leader. He was sitting at tied for 30th after the first two GPAC qualifiers, and really grinded it out the second semester and finished 8th in the conference. So I was excited to see from him. We gained a lot of experience, had a lot of younger guys play varsity right away, and excited to have those guys coming back and going into this next season.
And on the women's side?
On the women's side, we had a couple seniors, 3 seniors that were our leaders, were our nucleus. Mackenzie, Chelsea, and Madison will definitely be missed this year. All 3 of those were at least 3-year varsity contributors. Mackenzie and Chelsea were both all conference the previous year and didn't quite make it this year. So all 3 seniors will definitely be missed.
Now you talked a little bit about Sean, who really came into his own during the spring season. What more can you say about his improvement?
Sean has a great mental approach to the game. He's always willing to put in the extra time. He's a guy that's never going to quit. Understands, he's going to have bad shots, he's going to have a bad hole, but he's really going to grind it out and make the most out of his round, and never gives up. And he's a very consistent player, and probably the biggest improvement from him was second semester was off the tee, keeping the tee ball in the fairway, and then giving him the opportunity to go attack some holes.
On the men's side, a lot of the key contributors are back from the varsity last year. How do you feel about that large group of returners?
Pretty excited. Have the top 6 on the men's side coming back from last year, and then add some newcomers into that. So I expect practices to be very competitive to see who the top 5 are. And the biggest thing I'm looking for going into the fall season is consistency, and just we need those guys to kind of separate themselves from the rest of the pack, and it's going to be the guys that are the most consistent that'll do that.
Sean is the obvious number 1, but break down kind of who fits in next and what competition will be like for those other spots.
We have Sam DeFries and Sam Simonson played our 2 and 3 man spot pretty much all of last year. They played in all the varsity matches. Then we also have Brock Colclaser and Garrett, who played a lot of matches as well. And then Sam Mayhall was out for the first time last year, a former football player that was in the top 6 for the mix. And it was basically of those 5 guys, they were playing for the last 4 spots to play varsity with Sean. So, and then we also bring in Josh Henricks, who is from Hastings, Nebraska. He medaled the last 2 years of the Class A state tournament. So I expect him to push for one of those top spots as well, along with Jarek Neffel from Fremont, also played in the state tournament last year. And then we have Court Krogan, who was a transfer. He actually graduated from Seward, went to SCC in Lincoln, was just going to school, and excited to have him join the team.
Now, how big of a jump can be expected with that experience coming back and a couple of key newcomers, as you mentioned?
I'm pretty excited, pretty optimistic. Our goal is definitely to finish in the top half of the conference, and it's getting off to a good start. And last year we kind of dug ourselves into too big of a hole in the first 2 qualifiers, just with being so young, and had a couple tough rounds at the qualifiers, and played much better second semester. And we just got to come out and be ready to play right away. And I know the guys are working on their game this summer and improving there and putting in the time, and they know they have to be ready to play right when they come into fall camp.
On the women's side, you lose some of the key names like Deutschman and Peck, as you mentioned. Who steps up this year to fill those voids?
Amy Ehlers from Boone Central. Excited to see what she can do for us. She actually medaled all 4 years of her high school career at state. She was a two-time team champion her sophomore and junior year. Excuse me, three-time freshman, sophomore, and junior year. She had a great summer. She tied for third in the Nebraska girls amateur tournament, shooting 76-77. So will definitely be someone that we expect to come in right away and make a push for all conference.
And you've got 3 juniors that return that all have gotten experience. Janelle Haller, Melissa McIntosh, and Allison Schiffer. Can you talk about kind of their development a little bit?
Janelle and Melissa have played every varsity match since they've been here in the 2 years, so I'm excited to see the strides they have made. And then Allie really came on last year. We also have Gretel Brimmer, will be in her second season with us, and she played in one match last year and really improved. And so we have a good core of girls here, and then bring in Amy, and then Kayla Kruger will also be an incoming freshman.
So what's the expectation then for how much that the women can improve?
Chelsea and Mackenzie will be hard to replace. They were just pretty steady, solid golfers, and we just need some other girls to step up. Obviously, having Amy probably golfing in our one spot will help. If we can get her around 80 or better, that'll be great, and just have the others just be consistent. So.
Now you're heading into your 3rd year as head golf coach and trying to build the program. What's your vision for where you'd like to be able to take the program in the next couple years?
Yeah, obviously we just want to improve every year, be more consistent. I've really seen a change in culture here with Bulldog Golf since I've been here. People are a lot more committed to the program, wanting to put in the extra time and wanting to get better. And we just need to give 110%, every practice, and just start taking strides forward.